You are about to experience the coolest 49 hours you could possibly imagine. This fraternity is like no other fraternity. If you take away anything from this week, you are part of something special. And there's so many cool success stories. This is the most talented group we've ever had. You're the biggest, you're the fastest, you're the strongest. Of all the people in this world that don't give a rat's ass about what you're ranked, I'm number one. What I want to do is I want to expose you to the bigness of this job. This is a big ass job, playing quarterback. And the better you are, the bigger it gets. This is so much more than a football camp. If you take it in, it'll change your life for the better.
This is the Elite 11, a competition that for 19 years has determined the top high school quarterbacks in the country.
We here, y'all the best, let's be the best, right?
13 regional competitions whittled a pool of over 1,000 rising seniors down to the best 24, who will now vie for a place in the Elite 11.
Now you guys are seeing it? Nice discipline, nice discipline!
Those who remain will battle it out at Nike headquarters in Oregon.
I'm sure some of these kids will be playing on Sundays.
Oh, nice!
And the MVP will be crowned.
Just make it look easy. Oh, new leader in the clubhouse!
80% of today's NFL quarterbacks belong to this distinguished fraternity. Rodgers, Stafford, Breeze, Ben, Luck, Jameis. You don't yet know these future NFL stars, but you will.
Fellas, you guys play the most important position on the field.
He's heating up. Oh, what a ball.
This is the Elite 11.
Now, does that video clip just not get you so stoked for next college football season? Now, I know, believe it or not, we're already halfway through this year's college football season, but we have some studs about to take the field next season. And a lot of them are going to schools that you most likely root for every day, sports fans. And man, for those of you who don't know, this show is covering the Elite 11 camp and the Nike opening, which the Elite 11 is a camp where all these regional camps are held all throughout the country, and they pick like the top 25 high school quarterback seniors to come to this special camp, which most end up making the NFL. And yeah, like the intro said, it's just crazy statistics about it. And they all compete to be one of these guys that gets taken to the Nike opening, which is where pretty much the Elite 11, but for every position, wide receivers, safeties, running backs, wide receivers, to compete for show which schools should still offer them if they're not committed, or really just test their skill level against the best players in the country coming into the next season to know where they really stand. And man, is it exciting to watch it. Now, this video is going to be mostly spoiler free, so please try to keep the comment section that way too. Obviously, at the filming of this, the number one dual threat quarterback in the nation, Justin Fields, had not committed yet. He has since, so if you really want to know, watch the show, then find out, or however you want to do it, but try not to ruin it for other people. But yeah, this show is just crazy, and this show is pretty much just documenting their time at the 4-day camp down in LA, when it's just the top 25 guys. I think there's only 24 in the show, but there's 25 that make the Elite 11. And then they get taken to the opening, and they're all competing for the opening and the MVP spot in the opening. I mean, there are some representations from schools. Let me just read this list for you guys, starting at a random spot, not to give anything away. We've got Iowa State, which I know there are Iowa State people watching because they still won't let me live down the time I said Iowa State should be joining a certain conference that the Big 12 disbanded. I won't ruin it for you. Click the card up top if you want to see it, but they were really upset about their basketball team not getting enough love in that, and rightfully so, I learned. Then you've got Colorado, Virginia Tech, Missouri, Washington State, NC State, Mississippi State, South Carolina, Kentucky, Oregon, Stanford, Michigan, Utah, Auburn, Washington again, UCLA, Ohio State, Florida, TCU, Clemson, and Georgia. Now that is a list. And some of the more intriguing stories, and man, I wish they would have covered this more, so I'm going to do a quick blurb about it. Colson Yankoff from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, go Vikings. The number 6 dual threat quarterback in the nation right now, according to Scout.com, is committed to Washington. And Jacob Sermon The number 4 pro-style quarterback from Bothell, Washington, just across the lake over here, is also committed to Washington, and they are right next to each other right now in scouts quarterback rankings for like nationally, which is just crazy that they both committed to the same school. Another good story, and they didn't really cover that at all in the Elite 11, but then there's Dorian Thompson-Robinson, the first guy who's never started to make the camp. He plays at Bishop Gorman High School in Las Vegas, which is where like Snoop Dogg's kid went, and Tate Martell, big recruit last year, he backed him up for the first 3 years he was at school. Now he's getting his chance to shine, and you could just see what coaching could do for this kid. He started out really, really rough, and by the end of it, man, he looked like he was definitely a candidate to just kill it next year, and is in the running there possibly for the MVP if you watch the show. The coaching definitely helped. You could just see how much the coaching was helping him. I mean, he's committed to UCLA. Matt Corral, the kid that's going to Florida, he looks like Florida's finally going to get some talent. Then you have the 2 big guys, and man, it was the best part watching these 2 guys go. Coming into it, they're number 1 and number 2 in the country, and the only spoiler in this video will be that they are still number 1 and number 2 in the country, not just at quarterback, but total. Justin Fields is the number 1 dual threat. Trevor Lawrence is the number 1 pro style, and they are number 1 and number 2 in just about every national recruiting poll. And the best part of it is they both are in the state of Georgia. So if anyone lives near Georgia, lives in Georgia, just wants to make a random trip to Georgia, everydaysportsfans.com may be willing to pay you to either write an article or do some kind of video coverage if these 2 meet in the state championship game. So hit me up in a message down below or an email at edsportsfans@gmail.com, and we'll see about getting you compensated for your troubles if they meet in the national championship. Georgia State Championship. But, I mean, there's also 3 kids that are still yet to commit. So, like, one of them still has 10 teams he's looking at. So, if your team's not mentioned, you can still get one of these cats. But I'm telling you right now, I would take the 25th ranked guy on this list. They all are that good. I mean, the drills they're putting them through are crazy. And if you like Last Chance U, if you like Hard Knocks, you will absolutely love this show. If you're a football nut, you will love this show. I can't stress it enough. This show is amazing. It's got the Last Chance U, like, behind the scenes workout kind of, and shows some of these kids' backstories of like where they came up from, and like obviously they're still like 18-year-olds, so you're like, they still have not time to mess up in college and live on to all be productive NFL quarterbacks or backup quarterbacks, or if they choose not to play in the NFL, be doctors, lawyers. Some of these kids, like, academics are very important to them. Quincy, the VTech kid, what's his name? Quincy Patterson literally chose Virginia Tech because he wants to be an engineer. And so he said, if it doesn't work out, at least I know, like, they have a great engineering school. So, I mean, like, there are guys that are literally, you see that education isn't lost on a lot of these guys. A lot of these top-tier guys do make the decision not just on the pro stuff, but if the pros don't work out, why not, figure out a great place to get an education. In Justin Fields' announcement video, his mom even says, I can't believe, like, he got an offer at Harvard. I'm like, how do you turn down Harvard? Exactly. But, man, it was a great show, and Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields were great to watch. All these other guys were great to watch. There's so many good stories in this, so many good schools getting quarterbacks. If I had to give this show a ranking as far as, like, in my opinion, Hard Knocks is my favorite. Actually, Hard Knocks hasn't been good the last 2 years. Honestly, this Elite 11 show might be my favorite football-related show on television in the last little bit. Probably somewhere in front of Last Chance U and Hard Knocks. And then, obviously, if you're interested in a football town, which started off as a sub-series, kind of mini-series last year in Barrow, Alaska. This year, they're doing it in Valdosta, Georgia, I believe. So if you're interested in that show, I've gotten a little bit into it. I can also do a review for that if anyone's interested. Comment down below. But I would probably say this Elite 11, I cannot wait for next year's. I'm super excited for it, and I hope you guys are too. Now, if you're still watching this video, obviously you liked it, so hit that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, hit the red subscribe button down below because, I mean, it lets you know when all the free new content comes out, and it's free to do, so why not? Also, this entire series is on YouTube. So links to that down below and probably on the screen at the end, along with a logo that you can click to sub if you really just don't want to hit that red subscribe button. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, you guys. I want to know down below, who you thought the best quarterback was. Remember, no spoilers. Don't say who won MVP or anything, but watching the show, who you thought the best quarterback on the Elite 11 was. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time.